Jimmy Crute went in there and fought Anthony Smith. Now, I was watching this fight with Lyle last night. He had hosted me at his house. You know what I mean? Definitely invited me in.
Yes, sir. At the
The
cozy
palace.
estates, the palace, exactly.
Yes. I came into the palace and we watched the fight. And in the first round, Jimmy Crute got caught with a leg kick that some people think they blew out his knee, in the first round, but he could not move. His ankle was flopping around and they stopped the fight.
Jeez.
That's pretty much it. I mean, you could also add that Anthony Smith was kind of cracking his ass with the jab throughout the round, but one good leg kick and then boom, he just couldn't walk on his leg no more, flopping around. Doctor called it. Good job to the doctor, because his corner wasn't going to stop that fight. They was going to keep selling him false hope and dreams. So going into the second fight of the night, which was probably one of the highlights of last night's craziness, was Chris Weidman breaking his goddamn leg on Uriah Hall's, leg. It was crazy. It was like Anderson Silva from years ago.
Anderson Silva-esque, like the way he broke his leg. It was crazy.
Should we start calling this like the Anderson Silva curse?
Nah. You know what's crazy about this is like it happened to Chris Weidman in a very similar way. And also Uriah Hall has had an interesting career too. Like, think about this, like goes from knocking out Anderson Silva to then having the leg broken, having somebody break their leg by the person who beat him and ended the streak, It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, it's like Twilight Zone shit for Chris Weidman, at least, because, all them years ago, he was the champ. He was the guy that beat Anderson, and in the rematch, Anderson broke his fucking leg from Chris Weidman checking his kick. Years later, Uriah Hall, he just beat Anderson Silva in his last fight, and fucking Weidman goes to kick him. Uriah Hall checks the kick, and that shit flopped. And Weidman didn't even know his leg was broken until he put his foot back down. And you could see in his face, like, oh my God.
I saw that. That looked so painful, man. Like, from just breaking my leg recently to seeing somebody break their leg like that and trying to put like the weight on there, I'm just like, ooh, like I felt it.
Yeah, his leg folded like origami. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I watched it, and it, like we said before, it's so reminiscent of what we've seen when he fought Anderson Silva the first time. And nonetheless, this is like really unfortunate. After seeing something like that, I'm quite sure like it puts him in a tough spot. Because even when we saw with Anderson Silva, after that leg break, like granted he was closer to the end of his career, but he was never the same again as a fighter anyway. So it's curious. I'm curious to see what's going to happen for him, because that experience is going to be very instrumental in where he goes next in terms of his career. It was probably one of the most graphic things I've seen in the UFC, probably since the Anderson Silva leg break, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, definitely shouts out to him. Like, it kind of is shitty for Chris Weidman because he's had a history of, different injuries and whatnot. And I don't know what it is about people who happen to like beat like a lot of like the greats. It seems like their careers afterwards just take like some type of weird spin, especially for Chris Weidman, like, I never was really the biggest fan of him, but it just seems kind of, I guess messed up that he can't really have the chance to actually fight out his career and just like rightfully lose, So it's unfortunate. That was, another fight